Chalo. Morning, everybody.
Good morning.
Shall we do our traditional way of contacting everybody in the morning? Marhaba,
Marhaba.
salam,
Salam.
namaste,
Namaste.
and which was the other one?
Hello.
Hello, salamat pagi.
Salamat pagi.
How do you do it in Philippine language, by the way?
Usually mabuhay or
Babuhay.
Buhay.
I was on the airplane when I was coming out of Philippines, and I kept on hearing the same word, babuhay, and I love the sound of that word. It's good you reminded.
It's more of like long live.
Long live, yeah. So I think that's one word we should put up into our daily greetings. Another terrific Tuesday, like we have, and very quickly, shortly, we've got a wonderful team along with us, all the way from Philippines, who I'll be introducing to you shortly. Today's Tuesday session that we have is basically about clicking and working. Okay, let's try if you look. So the benefits of a unified global sales program. Essentially, how does that work? That in a company like ours, where we are obviously transcending borders, going across to at least 12 countries globally, we are going to be striving on basically similarity and familiarities. As you can see, quite often when customers are negotiating agreement, they want to have similar terms around the world, regardless of the transactions. Basically meaning when clients are interacting with you in Dubai, tomorrow they want to interact with you in a place like Philippines or Canada or Malaysia, they would want the same set of team with the same mindset to take it forward so that the process becomes easy and fast. But obviously, that will only happen when you have local knowledge of the particular market that you are catering to. So that in a sense means that they would expect the seller or the agents who are representing the seller side, that they should have a complete understanding of the agreements which are required. They should have the support of whatever local processes are needed in order to complete the agreement. Again, this is just something to add up to show what our diversity is. Can you see, or shall I move a bit? Now, like I just said, it's all about portfolio management. When you are doing sales or even rentals, you are building up clientele for yourself. With the process of time, trial and error at sometimes, you reach a particular stage where you can then hopefully capitalize even more when you are managing your portfolio properly. But the challenge is that who develops the sales relationship and services the account in one country are not the same people who do the same job in the other countries. I hope if that makes any sense. So unless the same people are trained in the same way in terms of sales experience for customers, so that you can globally supply your process flows to all your offices, you will not be successful in having a good portfolio which is based in multiple countries, not just in one country. Teamwork, networking, proper training, regular training are all key aspects of maintaining and growing your portfolio from one base into different regions around the globe. Our global sales training program, which is a part of what you all are participating today, is obviously the same thing, where we are having a consistent sales process across domestic and foreign subsidiaries. And this is how IQI Global implements sales training program that brings the same skills, same methodology, and the process to those who work with and support customers. Now, these are actually training sessions which cover a vast area of topics. I think we've done maybe some of them over here. So it can be about social media, it can be about insight, it can be about product knowledge, it can be about trainings and different. All of these are going to keep on going, where you will have the chance to improve your local knowledge, your professional knowledge, and then apply it for your business and make it grow. Again, it's quite self-explanatory. You say that such growth-oriented companies want the customer experiences in new countries to be based on the same best practices developed where the headquarters is located. Currently, for us, the headquarters is in obviously Kuala Lumpur, because that is where we do most of our brainstorming and sessions. Obviously, this is where we are going to learn the new skills and new practices and then replicate them and share the new knowledge with all our offices across the globe. Again, I think a couple of our team members in the last trip did go down and have a look at that particular hall. It's called the Hall of Greatness. You are going to be participating on a specific day simply for the purpose of improving yourself if you wish to be focusing on. So it's your choice to participate in something which is related to self-motivation, something which is related to a new skill which is being shared, or so on and so forth. Now, this obviously means that when you want to do global sales, you have to be very, very adept at cross-cultural learning. Which means obviously that the benefit is the ability for people from different countries to learn from one another, share success stories, and then strengthen their network of internal plus grow or acquire international customers. It doesn't happen like this, like I keep saying, it's a process. First of all, you need to get used to the idea, then you need to practice it, and then once the practice starts, it's a trial and error process. Once you reach a particular stage, obviously, then you will be happy and you will be glad that you are able to serve the same global customers experiences related to that and impart it to somebody new who can add value to your particular portfolio. This session actually is one that we did and hosted for the Philippine Embassy last year. And we had the Consul General who came and graced us with his presence on this occasion. And if I remember correctly, it turned out to be pretty good in terms of business. Similarity despite diversity. Essentially, in the process of the last 6-7 years when we have been doing these sessions, we have discovered that most of the actual sales process globally is the same. Like I said, the timeline spent on each particular stage of a process may or will certainly vary. We have cases here where we can finish sales in maybe 7 days. Similarly, the process flow in a different country can probably take up to 30 days, maybe even longer. So the reason for that is obviously subjective to different bylaws for different countries. Again, some activities may be added or they may not be needed at all, but overall the path and process to create a successful sale is usually the same. And when you do a successful sale, we at IQI, we celebrate, we travel the world, we obviously compliment all the performers in various ways. Those are certain schemes that you will be hearing on as well from us very soon. Now, how do you manage your global presence or a company's global presence? It's one of the biggest challenges that any company or any individual will have, especially with the speed and influence of social media around the world. You need to acquire the ability to manage a particular brand and grow it and then obviously sustain it so that tomorrow you can obviously reap the rewards as well. We heard it in school, now we're hearing it again in adult life. Practice makes perfect, because simply companies that can get it right can provide the best customer experiences and so on and so forth. See, you can all read this, obviously, that's the reason why I put it up here. I can put in examples, very famous now, everybody knows them, I guess. Apple, Alibaba. If you've taken time to go through how they started and how they evolved and whatever challenges they face, you will understand how this makes perfect sense, that you need to be aware of the opportunities around you, you need to encash them, and then obviously practice a lot so that you can develop that competitive advantage and then make it work for you. So these sort of sessions are obviously challenging for many aspects, but at the same time, if you understand the need and the benefit they give you, you will be able to implement whatever you learn from here. And that brings a wrap from my side. What